guys, time for another How's the Hermit Sunday check-in. I guess it's literally another one being like the second one. I'm going to do my stretches before my workout and talk to you guys about what's going on. Um, been a good week for one-off and interesting new videos on the site. Cray and I put up a very small, just fun video. The Oddworld Soulstorm can. It's very short. You can check it out. I'd say, stick with it. If right away you're like, oh, I get this, but at some point there's a little reaction from Abe that really I thought made the whole thing come together. About a minute in, so it's only 2 minutes long. See what you can do for me. Watch it, give a thumbs up, down, whatever the fuck. But yeah, it was good to. I like that we did a one-off short little comedy video like that. It would be neat if such inspirations struck more often and then we actually acted on them. But as is, we're not really. Our recording schedule is a little bit off. We haven't done anything during the week as far as Wolfenstein is concerned. We might get around to it. My feeling is probably not tonight, as I'm not hearing anything back from my buddy. But maybe tomorrow night, which was pitched by me. I get worried about it's like a conflict of scheduling all during the week, all through Saturday, and now we got family obligations that got to be addressed before we can record, so we would end up starting pretty late. Not too late or anything, but the last time we did that, we sat around and pushed it off and put it off until it was even later, and that's just not a recipe, right, for like getting shit done. Well, it is a recipe for getting shit done, but because we literally got it done. But yet, we're older guys and we're up late and we're chugging on caffeine trying to just play a game. It's like, yeah, maybe we could be a little more dedicated to making something that stands out with a little more energy and stuff in it. The game deserves it. Did do a one-off vid as well for Portal Reloaded with Cray. Hell of a little fan-made game. You need the original Portal or Portal 2 in order to play it, but as long as you have that, it's a free thing available on Steam. You just grab it. It's a fan-made, uses the Portal gameplay, make a portal and go through it, make two different portals, go in one, come out the other, vice versa. But it throws in the wrench of being able to make a third portal that does time travel. And I really like just looking at how they work that, how their engine presents and fakes time travel in the game. A lot of rules and stuff. It's a heck of a game, real brain teaser, twister. It's brutal sometimes because you're like, we've all played a bunch of Portal, but then you throw in this time travel thing and you're like, oh, and they have their own little rules of if you do stuff in the past, it affects the future, but if you do stuff in the future, it doesn't affect the past. And how does that work out? You can send stuff from the future to the past. Doesn't end up making any recursive loops because that was immediately my thing was well, if you can go to the future and hit a button that dispenses a cube and bring it to the past, won't it then be there in the future again? And then I go back to the future and it's not there. It's well, they just intelligently, probably necessarily had limits on how the time travel stuff works. But yeah, check it out. It's not a super long video. We tried to keep it under an hour. We mostly played levels we knew so we could just discuss the mechanics. Because if we played it fresh on the fly, we probably wouldn't. The video would be 4 hours long and we wouldn't get half as far as we did. It's really challenges you to think differently. You know how you're thinking with portals or whatever the old ad was, right? So yeah, see if we can get some more stuff up with Cray. See if we can get the Wolfenstein back on track. And yeah, just personally, this is got my like first dose of Pfizer on Tuesday. I think I mentioned it on the stream on Wednesday, and that kind of kicked my butt Wednesday harder than I thought. It wasn't something I couldn't tolerate or whatever, but it was like just real grumpy. Anytime things started to stress me out, I instantly defaulted into like anger. Uh, Luckily, wasn't that big a deal, so it wasn't devastating. It wasn't like fly off the handle, but it was like everything's so irritating, you know. And it was a family night and everything, so it was like keep it together, you know. But by the next day, it was down to like a mild headache, so that's great. Go back in on the 11th, and my wife is scheduled for this coming Tuesday. So we might discuss her differences. She's going down to Moscone Center in San Francisco, which is a very different place from where I went, which was a drive-through place. She's going to go in person. So we'll talk about that stuff on Wednesday and see if we got some more videos and things to catch up on. And again, you know, do what you can, get the word out. Thumbs up really help. Likes, and you know, if people can subscribe, if you got friends that you think might like a channel that's like got older folks just talking about games and life, and yeah, throw them our way, see if it sticks, you know. All right, guys, see you next time.